everyone. Welcome to our Facebook Live. My name is Margarita. I work with the Family Tree with Family Connects, and we have a little skit for you today to give you awareness about safe sleep. We hope you enjoy it, and all props used are not real. So thank you for joining us, and I'm going to move over to Chanel.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chanel. I'm a nurse with Family Connects Maryland at the Family Tree. I do postpartum home visits. And today I will be playing a new mother, also named Chanel. So hand it off to our next participant, Tasha.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tasha, and I'm also a nurse with Family Connects at the Family Tree. I'm relatively new, and I'm excited to be a part of this team, and I'm looking forward to talking to you about safe sleep today.
And I'll round things out. Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle Agunole. Everyone calls me Dr. O. I'm the medical director for Family Connects, the Family Tree. And we're really excited to do this skit and hope everyone learns a lot from what we're going to present today.
All right, Naomi. Let's get you inside. All right, baby girl. It's a good time at grandma's now. Oh, man. I knew that. Let me give your grandmother a call real quick. Let's FaceTime grandma real quick.
Hello, baby. How are you?
Hey, Mom.
What's going on, sweetheart?
Nothing. We had a great time at your house.
Yes,
for
I
dinner
love seeing
tonight.
my little pumpkin.
Oh, man. She loves seeing you too. The only thing is now that I'm home, like I smell cigarettes all over my clothes and all over Naomi's blanket.
Ooh, I'm so sorry. I went in the other room and I made sure I put another shirt on. I'm so sorry, baby. I didn't know. I didn't think. I'm so sorry.
I know you don't mean, I know you never mean anything. It's just, I don't know. I felt like we talked about it before I even came over. Remember, I was telling you the nurses at the hospital were saying that smoking is a big risk for SIDS. And I wasn't sure, like I know in the same room is bad, but I'm pretty sure smoking in the same house, it's just not a good look.
Oh, Mija, I'm so sorry. You know what? I'm going to call that number you gave me, that 1-800-QUIT now. I'm going to call them. I'm going to work on it. I don't want nothing wrong. Your abuela smoke. I smoke. It's not. I'm so sorry, baby. I'm going to stop. I'm going to work on it.
Mom, I appreciate you so much. And I know you want the best for me and the best for Naomi. We're just, I know I had asthma as a kid. Like, I don't want Naomi to get that either. So
no, we don't want that.
We appreciate you. She's asleep right now.
Oh, my little pumpkin. Yes. Your abuelito's going to stop, baby. We're going to work on this. Oh, yes. Okay, baby. I'm so sorry. I hear somebody at the door. Let me go. Love you.
All right, Mom. I love you too. Damn. Let's call Tasha. Let me call Tasha real quick.
Hello, this is Tasha at the Family Tree. How can I help you?
Hey, Tasha. I definitely appreciate you doing that visit with me last week. And I was hoping I could talk to you for a little bit. I know you said I could call if I had like concerns and things like that.
Absolutely. Thank you for calling. So what's on your mind?
Yeah. So it's a couple things. first, I'm just getting back with the baby. We went to my mom's house for dinner. My mom has been smoking since I was a kid. And I had talked to her about it. Like, I know the nurses at the hospital when I was being discharged said not to do it around the baby. She was in the house and now I smell like smoke and so does the baby. And I was just wondering if she's going to be okay. I'm super worried. She's only 2 weeks old. I'm worried about her getting asthma. I was just wondering, do you think she'll be okay?
Well, smoking does increase the risk of a lot of health illnesses. It also increases the risk of sudden infant death syndrome. So what we want to do is make sure that the baby's not exposed to smoke. Now, I know your mom may smoke, but if she is going to smoke, the best thing she can do is to smoke outdoors and to change clothing before she touches the baby again, because smoke also lives in the environment. So you don't have to be in front of the baby smoking. It's going to be in the clothing. It's going to be in anything in the environment. That's why if you ever go into someone's car when they smoke, you're like, what's that smell? They may not have a cigarette, but you still smell it because those particles are still in like the seating and their clothes and their hair. So that's why we definitely recommend no cigarette smoke exposure for the baby. As far as whether she'll be okay or not, we just want to reduce the risk as much as possible. We don't know how much, no amount of smoke is necessarily safe. So that's the thing.
That makes sense. And what you were saying makes sense too. I know they said secondhand smoke, I'm definitely familiar with, but it sounds like you're talking about that third-hand smoke because like her blanket smells horrid.
Exactly. So it is called third-hand smoke. And a lot of people are not aware of third-hand smoke because they typically just think of secondhand smoke or if they're a smoker, I'm smoking, but third-hand smoke can be pretty dangerous. So that's why we make a big deal of educating moms on making sure babies are not exposed to any smoke. That's not necessarily a safe level.
So I'm just going to take this blanket right off. But she's still asleep in her bassinet. So thank you for that. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about was the nursery. So, baby girl, she was born a little bit early. So it's taken us a while to get her nursery together, but it's finally all set. She's been sleeping in our bed, like full disclosure, in her boppy in our bed because we didn't have the crib set up. Sometimes she'll sleep in her car seat like she's doing now. But I also have a swing. So sometimes she would sleep in that. But now, as you can see, like we have her crib together. And I just wanted to show you and just get your opinion because I know that you are well versed. I heard them talk about safe sleep in the hospital. So I just want to make sure that, I'm following it. We do have the tight fitted sheets. I know they said don't put blankets in here, but I think she might get a little bit cold. So that's why I still have that in there. And then she's been super comfortable sleeping in the boppy in our bed. So that's why, I put that in there. And then her friends just to, watch over her if she wants to snuggle with him at night. It's just two. I originally wanted to have, a whole bunch of toys and stuff that she could choose from, but I did limit it to just the sloth boys.
Okay. So Chanel, can I tell you something? Thank you for showing me your crib. It looks like the baby's nursery is beautiful. The only thing I would say is that with safe sleep, nothing should really be in the crib but the baby and a fitted sheet. So what happens is the toys, the blankets, the boppy, all of those increase the risk of SIDS and suffocation. So we don't want to, of course, we want to reduce that as much as possible. So I'm just going to ask you to please remove them from the crib. What I would recommend if baby is having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep without those items, just hold her until she's like a little bit deeper in her sleep and then put her in the crib. Because sometimes if you put the baby down right away, she'll wake back up.
Okay.
But the crib should be free of all items. She should be placed on her back.
Okay. Let me get up and get this stuff out of
Yeah.
here. Just all my friends, like they use the boppy.
Oh yeah.
And nothing ever, you know what I mean? Like nothing ever happened.
So
with
the thing with the
them.
boppy is that it increases the risk of suffocation. The baby, first of all, if she's sleeping in a boppy, she's on an incline, you know, so she can do this,
Oh
and that can
yeah.
block her airway. If she goes to the side, head to the side, she can
Mhm.
she can suffocate. So I a lot of
Mhm.
people do use the boppy, but that's definitely not safe. We know that now. So I just want you to understand that. So while she sleeps, she should not be using the boppy. Now, the
Right.
toys, even the toys, she can play with the toys as long as she's awake and you're supervising her.
Right.
But unfortunately, they do pose a suffocation risk if she's sleeping. Okay.
That makes so much sense because I have seen her slide down in that boppy before.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yes.
was like, I don't know, but she's been doing well for 2 weeks. But I definitely hear you, and I just want to make sure that she's safe. So that's why I'm calling you. So I know you
Yeah.
said to hold her, but sometimes I just leave her in her car seat because she's like so comfortable on the drive. And other times, like when she's just fussing, like I'll just put her in the car seat and she'll fall asleep, and I'll just leave her there. Is that okay? I mean,
No. So no, and of course you want to use the car seat when baby's in the car, right? That's
right.
safety. That's best practice. But once baby's out of the car, she shouldn't sleep in the car seat for the same reason why she shouldn't sleep in the boppy, because she's on an incline and her head is not going to be.
Okay.
She, she'll do this,
Yeah.
and that can block her airway and
Okay.
also pose a risk of suffocation if she turns her head.
Mhm.
So as soon as she gets in the house, you want to take her out of the car seat and put her into the crib with nothing else in there.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Let me
Mhm.
go ahead and scoop her right now. Hopefully
Yes, she
she'll.
is gorgeous.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Yeah.
Hopefully she'll stay asleep. She has her little COVID shirt on, born into this mess, COVID-19 baby.
Oh, so
But
beautiful.
yeah. But
But you're
thank
doing a
you.
great job.
Thank you so much, Tasha. I appreciate it. And like I said, thanks again for meeting with us last week.
Sure, no problem. You can always give me a call if you have any more questions. You can also visit our website at Family Tree Maryland or familytreemd.org. So keep in touch, okay? And let me know how you're doing.
All right. Thanks so much, Tasha.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh. Say, mommy just wants the best for you. That's all. Oh man. I forgot to ask her something. I don't want to bother her too much. Let me reach out to my girlfriend, Dr. O. Let's see. Let's give her a call.
Hello.
Hey, Dr. O. How are you?
Good. Hi, Chanel. Is that Naomi I see?
This is Naomi. She's still asleep.
Oh, so sweet.
Yeah, so we're just, trying to get things settled. Now we just got our nursery finished. So excited for her to finally sleep in her crib and not in our bed.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just got off the phone with my nurse with the family tree, Tasha. It took a while for us to get this together. So I just wanted her to inspect the nursery and make sure it was okay. Apparently I'm doing everything wrong. I got the fitted sheets for the crib, but, I was planning for her to sleep in the boppy in the crib because that's what she's been doing in our bed. But Tasha said that wasn't a good look. She told me to take, all her stuffed animals and her blanket out. And also take her out of her car seat for sleep. So now I'm just trying to get her ready for bed, but I feel like she'll be cold if I just put her on that, mattress with the sheet. So I was going to get her dressed, but I just want to make sure, once again, that, we're doing the right thing. So I was wondering if I could show you what I was going to put on her for her jammies today.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, Chanel, first, let me say, you are not doing everything wrong, right? You're a first-time mom, and you just want what's best for your baby girl. And the great thing I think about people like Tasha and the nurses of the family tree is that they have been doing this for a long time. and they want to support you. And that's what all new moms deserve, so that you can keep doing your best. And every time you learn something new, you can put into practice and keep your baby safe. So yeah, I'm happy to look to see what you want her to wear.
For sure. I really appreciate that too. It's been like so overwhelming. And it's kind of hard to talk about, but it's just a lot. And like you said, I just want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing for Naomi at the end of the day. So I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'll show you my drawer. So even though it's not Christmas time, I love putting her in because they're like nice and tight fitting. Her
Yes.
little pants.
And I like that you pointed out one thing, Chanel. I'm just going to tell you all the things you're doing right.
Okay.
That you said that her clothes were tight fitting, and I actually think that's a good thing. So we always want the clothes to not be too loose, mostly
Right.
because they can suffocate in them, and it's actually a fire hazard for the clothes to be too loose. So having snug fitting clothes is actually the way to go. So that's a great start.
Awesome. So yeah, so I have her pants, I have her onesie, her socks, her mittens, also have her hat, get that, and then also the hat and the mittens. When she was in the hospital, she wore them to keep warm, and we also swaddled her as well.
Yeah. So it looks like you have a lot of gear, and that's great. You're really prepared. One of the things that I'll just say in general is to look at what you're wearing right now in the room that you're going to put Naomi in, and what you're comfortable in. And she generally needs similar to the number of layers that you're wearing, and sometimes one extra layer if it's cool. The other thing to think about is what month we're in and what the temperature is outside as well. So that'll also help you determine whether or not, you need to dress her super warmly. And the things that I saw that you showed me, like a hat, it looks like socks, gloves, mittens, and it looks like what I see is 2 layers. Her actual onesie that's long sleeved, and she's also going to have the fire truck pants, maybe it looks like, or the Christmas tree pants. So she's going to be really, really bundled up. The things that I would probably take off from here is the first thing I'd take off is the hat. And I'm looking at you too, and I'm seeing that you have looks like on like a shirt and maybe a light sweater. So we're going to try to make Naomi look similar to you. Okay. So let's give her a layer, and maybe the swaddle on top of it would be kind of like the second layer. Okay. I also think that the mittens, if you're not feeling like your hands are cold and she's going to be swaddled, think about that. Her hands are going to be down and covered, so she probably doesn't need those either. Okay. And it'll also, since she's swaddled, sometimes we put mittens on to keep them from scratching their face. And so if she's swaddled, hopefully her hands will be down, and that won't be an issue either. And it looks like she's doing much better now, but can you show me how you're planning to swaddle and if there's anything else?
So the socks, yay or nay?
Yeah, I don't think the same thing. If you don't need socks right now, I don't think she needs socks right now. And she looks like she's pretty comfortable. And the other thing I will say is, if it was colder, just so you know, because I know eventually we'll head into the cold season, and you really were concerned, or you felt like you needed a warmer sweater, there's wearable blankets which are much safer than the blanket that you had in the crib, because she's wearing the blanket. She can't it can't come over her face and be a suffocation hazard. So that's another option you can think of. And one of the reasons this is really important, I know that a lot of moms are scared of sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS. but overheating is actually increases the risk of SIDS. And so we just want to make sure that our babies are cool enough. We don't want them to be cold, but we certainly don't want them to overheat.
Right.
And one other thing that you can do to check the temperature of the baby is put your hand on their tummy or their chest. Their hands and their feet are not really good indicators.
Okay.
And if you feel they're too warm, you can take off a layer. So that's another thing you can do. It looks like I can't see Naomi's head and face.
She's right there. She's still there.
So okay, you just want to make sure that she can that we can see her head, her full head when you're swaddling her. So we don't want that blanket to become a hazard either.
Oh, so I can pull it tighter though.
Exactly. So if you tuck it in, there you go.
Yeah, they made this
perfect.
burrito in the hospital.
Yeah.
So
and
yeah,
that's what we want to do. Remember, we want everything to be snug so that it's not a choking hazard, and that it can't really come undone.
Gotcha.
You're a pro. You are doing this one-handed. Look how happy she is. And that also may help her sleep because it recreates feeling like she's nice and cozy and tight inside your belly. So
yeah, that's what they were saying at the hospital as well.
Mm-hmm.
So she loved that. And I do have the wearable blanket too.
Okay.
So when it gets warmer, I can just put her in that. But yeah, so I think this little lady is ready for bed. So we'll just go ahead.
Oh, does Naomi like to be on her stomach, you think?
Yes, she loves her stomach.
I know. It's just so funny that babies just seem to love to be on their stomachs and they love to lay on our chest. But another thing that's really important to reduce the risk of SIDS is that baby has to go to sleep on their back. So every time you put her in the crib, you put her on her back. So back to sleep. And we know that really reduces the risk of SIDS. It's probably one of the most important things that we can do. And I know it's tough because babies love to be held, but it's really important for her to go in that crib or a hard surface and go on her back. Again, she's only 2 weeks old and she isn't able to roll over by herself yet. And so to roll independently back. We still place them on their back to sleep, but if they roll and they can roll back themselves. And so we don't have to worry about them as much then, but we always put them on their back every single time.
So when she's rolling and stuff, will I still swaddle her or?
So we stop swaddling. That's a great question. We stop swaddling when they can roll over. And one of the other reasons that we swaddle, not only for them to be cozy, but you'll probably have noticed that Naomi has something called a Moro reflex or a startle reflex. So she's always flailing her arms and it actually wakes her up. Even if she's falling asleep, she has a sensation of falling and she shakes. And that's a normal developmental reflex at this age. But the swaddling helps with that. But also around 4 months, which is also around the time baby starts to roll, that reflex starts to go away. So you don't need to swaddle for that purpose anyway. And it's also more freeing for them to be able to move their hands and arms as needed to position themselves. So that's a great question.
That's awesome. I'm surprised she's still asleep. I guess when we had her in the boppy and the blanket, she was still startling, but she's still asleep right now with the swaddle. And I'm thinking that's, making a huge difference. So I can see a difference already, even though, I'm sure she's lonely without her sloth boys. I think she's okay.
Yeah. And I was going to ask one other question because it seems like I don't know where your room is in relationship to her nursery or her crib, but I was just going to say that there is a recommendation that babies sleep in the same room if possible, but not the same bed. So she should always have her own bed, but if she can sleep in a room that a parent or a guardian or somebody who's caring for her is around, then that's what we should try to do for the first 6 months up to a year if possible. It's not always possible, but as much as we can, we should try to do that. Another thing that reduces the risk of SIDS. So all of these things can add up and really, really help. And if I remember correctly from growing up, I remember that your mom used to smoke all the time and you had asthma, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So that's the other thing that we have to really watch out for, just making sure nobody's smoking in the room where she's sleeping and that her clothes are free of smoking scents. You know, that's the other thing that we could do as much as possible.
And it's so funny that you mentioned that because we just got back from mom's house. And while she wasn't smoking in the same room, she was smoking in the back room. And it got all over my clothes, all over Naomi's blanket. So I did talk to her about that. She's going to do a cessation program. My friend Tasha was telling me pretty much the same thing that you're saying as well. About second and third hand smoke. So we're going to definitely work to do better with that.
Right. I think sometimes we always forget that third hand smoke, that smoke that sticks into fabrics, can also be risky, you know. So it's great that you're addressing that. And I know grandma loves her baby, her first grandchild, and you know she wants to do what's best for her. So, and it'll be good for her too. To work on the cessation. So that's great. Are there any other questions you have, Chanel?
I think that's pretty much it. Between you and Nurse Tasha, we know that we're not going to smoke around Naomi anymore. We're not going to have anything in the crib except for her fitted sheet. She's going to be lightly dressed for bed, just like me. We're going to do a light swaddle and she's going to sleep on her back. And I don't think it's a problem for us. We can totally move the crib into our room. You know, everyone has a nursery when they talk about, you know, having a baby. So we thought that was the thing to do. But yeah, it does make sense if we're going to be getting up and feeding, if she's right there with us. And then we can hear her as well when she stirs.
She'll definitely use her nursery too, for sure. It's absolutely beautiful. And she'll definitely make use of it. I think that's great. And like I said, you're doing a great job. And you and her family is all she really needs. But having these tips are going to just help her stay safe. So keep up the great work.
Thank you so much. I hope you all have a great day. And we'll be talking to you soon, Dr. O. Thank you.
Yeah, call me anytime.
No
Bye.
problem. Bye-bye.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We hope you learned something today from the family tree, and we hope you enjoyed the things that we did to just bring awareness to safe sleep. Please continue to follow us, as well as any information that you're interested in. Always can use our 1-800-parenting line. That number for quitting smoking is 1-800-784-8669. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye, Naomi.
Hi, baby girl.